A fatberg is a congealed lump of fat, sanitary items, wet wipes and similar debris that does not break down like toilet paper found down sewage systems. This is ultimately the result of laziness by mankind and elderly systems of disposal. The word fatberg was coined by Thames Water London. The word berg means mountain in Dutch and German, but its only other use in the English language is in the word iceberg. Whilst fatbergs are problematic clogs in city sewage systems, they are also identified as a source of fuel, specifically biogas. A reference is made to this in the Channel 4 series of Kevin MacLeod's Man-Made Home, aired on the 23rd of September 2012, and MacLeod's film Making Oil for a Lamp out of a chunk of London city sewer fatbergs. Some notable cases of famous fatbergs are as follows. 6th of August 2013, a fatberg roughly the size of a bus consisting of food, wet wipes, feminine hygiene products was pulled from a drain beneath London Road in Kingston upon Thames. 1st of September 2014, a collection of waste food, wet wipes, tennis balls, planks of wood the size of a Boeing 747 was discovered and cleared from a 260-foot section of piping beneath Shepherd's Bush in West London. 3rd of September 2014, the sewage system beneath Melbourne, Australia was clogged with a large mass of fat, grease and waste. January 2015, as part of a campaign against careless drain blocking, Welsh Water released a video showing a fatberg in the drains of Cardiff. April 2015, a 40-foot long fatberg was reportedly removed from beneath a residential property in Chelsea. The damage the berg inflicted was estimated to be around £400,000 to repair, taking 2 months to remove. January 2016, the Ellie sewage pumping system in New South Wales was damaged as a result of a blockage which weighed around a tonne and took 4 hours to remove via a crane. Last month, a 130-tonne fatberg described as a total monster by Thames Water was found under Whitechapel Road in East London. The company found that the restaurants were the main contributors to the berg, with none in possession of a working grease trap. The sewer network manager for Thames Water said, "We're not suggesting that anyone intentionally pours the contents of a fat fire down the drain, but we ask the public to consider gunk from dirty plates, pots and pans. A simple grease trap will capture the stuff and stop it from entering the sewer and turning into a monster fatberg." Positively, he noted that a large fatberg can be converted into about 10,000 litres of biodiesel, enough to power 350 double-decker Routemaster buses for a day. Tanker loads of the evil gut-wrenching rancid blob have been taken to a specialist plant to be processed into fuel which burns more cleanly than regular diesel. He added, previously fatbergs were pulled from the pipes and sent to landfill or broken down and put back through the sewage treatment process. Even though they are our worst enemy, bringing fatbergs back to life when we do find them in the form of biodiesel is the far better solution for everyone. Thames Water is also promoting its Spin It, Don't Block It slogan to stop the feeding of fatbergs that are choking the sewers at a staggering rate. Thames Water says that it spends around £1 million every month cleaning blockages from the sewers, an average of 3 fat-related blockages an hour. The Museum of London expressed interest in obtaining and displaying a large section of fatberg that had blocked a 250-metre stretch of sewer. The lead curator explained that it speaks of the way we live our lives in the modern city. It speaks to the breakdown of London's infrastructure as we transition between periods. In 50 years' time, maybe it will be looked upon as a historic artefact because we will have solved this problem. Our challenge is to think of a way to make it presentable to the public. We need to work out a way which we can store it and display it. It's a bit like a specimen. We need to find the right kind of fluid to maintain it for a long time. This could be one of the most extraordinary objects in any museum collection. In 2016, an article in the British newspaper The Sun attempted to widen the definition of what a fatberg was. The article, entitled "Deadly Warning, What are Fatbergs and Why are they so dangerous to dogs?" suggested that fatbergs could also be free-floating masses outside the sewage system, alleging that poisonous blobs of congealed palm oil fat washing up on the UK beaches from abroad, branding them death from paradise. They advised the waxy white blobs look like small boulders and may appear harmless, but they are lethal and have already killed many pets. The substance can also be dangerous to humans if they come into close contact with it. How can we be safe from fatbergs? They pose as palm oil is so gelatinous it can get lodged in the esophagus. It can get lodged in the esophagus and require emergency surgery. Make sure to keep an eye on young children and dogs and don't interact with any fatbergs you may come across. They later went on to suggest that religious festivals such as Christmas that see a large percentage of the country cooking with fat and oil could be the downfall of the sewage system. At a Labour Party conference last month, journalist Naomi Klein likened the US President Donald Trump to congealed massive fat condoms and diapers. She said it's tough to know exactly how adequately to sum him up, so let me try a local example. You know the horrible thing currently clogging up London city sewers? I believe you call it the fatberg. Well, Trump is the political equivalent of that. He's a merger of everything that is noxious in the culture and the economy and the body politic, all kind of glommed together in a self-adhesive mass, and we're finding it very, very hard to dislodge. Illustrator and writer Nathan T. Wright produced a self-published children's book called The Adventures of Fatberg. Fatberg leaves his home in the sewers and explores the streets of London, curious about humans and hoping to fit in. Fatberg sound gross, but this Fatberg learns that no matter what the world says about him, he can still make a big difference. Fatberg is a Dutch critical design research project led by Mike Thompson and Arne Hendricks, focused on the construction and growth of a floating island of fat, which performs a unique and vital function as an energy reserve. They built a Fatberg in a test tube and haven't responded to any of my emails.